Hey YouTube, this is TCA Gaming. We have another PSA returns. This is about a 220 or 50 or something like that. So it's pretty big. We've got plenty of PSA returns to go through. We're going to start off with some Black Star promos, and hopefully I'll have some duplicates in here because I was really surprised at how many of the Black Star promos that I had in the previous videos that people wanted. Like, I don't think I have either one of those in a 10. So these 9s are definitely available for sale, but I try to pull one of each of the 10s and put it in my personal collection, and then anything else it'll pretty much get put up for sale. I think that this next one coming up, I do have this one. This is the corrected version, but I also have the error version right here in Gem Mint 10. Oh no, they're both the corrected. I've got the Nayoyo. Maybe it's one of the other ones that has something like that. So one of these is definitely for sale. Probably the other Moltres too. Here's the Articuno. This one has both of the error ones. You see it's Toshineo, Ayaki or whatever. And on those it was Nayoyo Chimera. But this is both of the error versions. I probably need one of them. Here we got Zapdos. Let's see if there's... Cool, I got 3 of them. This one actually has one error, one corrected. So if you look down there, this is the error version. It was released in America. Then you got the corrected version, which was later printed in, I think it was the UK. And there may have been some other, or I guess it could have been Australia too. Theirs was corrected. So this is actually both versions, and you can see that I definitely have an extra of the corrected, or the error. But I think I have some of those anyways, but we'll keep going through. We got a flying Pikachu at an 8, another 8. Definitely not good enough to make the background. Got a 9. Didn't pull a 10 on one of those. That kind of stinks. Got a 9 on the Snap Pikachu. Well, the Snap part of it kind of comes from, what, 64 Pikachu? I don't know. It's basically from the Japanese card. You could peel it off and basically use this artwork. It was a glossy Pikachu promo. So no 10s there. Got a Togepi in a 10, so that's nice. We'll stick it in the background. The other one got a 9. Cliffa got a 10, as well as a second 10. Definitely have an extra one of those. Got Scissor with a 9 and an 8. Not going to make much of anything off of those. Igglybuff with a 10. Sweet. And got a 9 on another one. Hitmontop with an 8. And then a 9. No dice there. Misdreavus got an 8 and a 9. After this, there are definitely some holos within this return. In fact, I've got some other pretty cool stuff too, I think too. There's a 9 there. I don't think this one has too many like really high dollar cards on it. There was a lot of people that sent in their PSA orders, so I wanted to make sure. Man, what's my phone doing? People in there texting. All right, that's on silent, so that won't be going off the whole time. We got Magmar with a 10. If any of you have met me in person, you know that I really don't like working with phones. And if you've if you've listened to several of my videos, you know I really don't like Instagram. Like most of the time when people send me a message on there, I just direct them to my email. IG is just so limited in what you can do on there. And then it's annoying to try to be able to get any deal because you still have to go to some other site. That's cool. Got a 10 on the Snorlax. Got a second one right here. But I just don't like walking around on my phone all day. Even when I go to the grocery store, like, it's nice to have it on your phone, but I would just rather have a list in hand so I'm not trying to scroll and squint and walk into stuff. Because I walk really, really fast when I'm places by myself. If I'm with my daughters and my wife, we're strolling, we're browsing. But if I'm by myself, I'm like that power walker that looks like he's going to run you over if you don't get out of the way. Some good 10s on the Rapidash. I have so many Rapidash and Ho-Oh. Like, there's no way I'm going to ever have a problem getting copies of those in PSA 10s. If you guys have seen my bricks, I've literally got thousands of each one of those set back. Even with these, I've sold well over 1,000 of each of those. Even with those, how many I've sold, people eat them promos up all day long. Now we're going to jump into, looks like, some newer stuff. We got Unbroken Bonds. Got a full art Lucario and Melmetal GX. Gem Mint 10. Going to start covering up some of these promos in the background. Maybe we'll start doing it with better cards that are really stand out. You got a Greninja and Zoroark GX. Got the Gem Mint 10. Janine, full art trainer with the Gem Mint 10. Now we're on to some Japanese holos. Got a Gem Mint 10 on the Pinzer, I like that. Ooh, same thing with the Scyther. Flareon only got the 9, that's okay, it's okay. Electrode pulled the 10, that's what I'm talking about. Jolteon with the 9. Got an 8 on the Mr. Mime, definitely not going back on the wall. Same thing with the Pidgeot. Now I wish this was an English card. The Kangaskhan's are so hard to get in Gem Mint 10. I'm not sure what the unlimited price is, but I know first edition is pretty much up there. Got a base 1999 2000 Ivysaur. For whatever reason, PSA doesn't specify that it's a 2000 dated card. They still date it out at 1999 for whatever reason. Like, it's an obvious thing that you can see that there's a difference between this and the unlimited base, but they won't make a new set for it in the registry. Here's the Pikachu, 1999 2000. Got the 10. I've got a lot of these 1999 2000 base set non-holos set back. Don't know what to do with them. I don't know if I know Trolling Toad will make a new listing for each one of those if I ask them to. Just send them the whole set. They can take pictures and stuff. But I don't know if I want to sell them. I just don't think that they've hit their stride yet. For a while there, they were really sought after. But then people just kind of got tired of them, I guess. I'm checking out another Kangaskhan 10. Where they realized they weren't, you know, super rare as they really thought they were. I mean, the holos are, but the non-holos really aren't that rare. But not many people know about them, so I think most of those are going to get damaged over time. Got a Rocket Sneasel Gem Mint 10. And a second one. Got an 8 on the Nidoqueen. Venomoth 9. Vaporeon 8. I don't really like these 8s and 9s on the Japanese holos. It's kind of a bummer. Japanese holos definitely don't command, you know, the 10 prices that the English side does. Not only because of popularity, but because they're a lot easier to grade. And some of the boxes, I mean, you get holos in every single pack. So when you start getting down to 8s and 9s, the prices really aren't that great. I think I just chunked in a handful of these Charizard GXs anytime I had a submission and I want to throw some extra cards in there. Because I bought a lot of that stuff. I mean, that promo did well. Even now, I still sell them here and there at $10 a piece. And I think you can find them for 5 or 6, but just people really like Charizard GX and they want to know that what they're getting is mint. Got a 9 from Pidgeot and a second one. I think we got 0 for 3 on that one. There's Zapdos base set, mint 9, not a bad grade. Got another 10 on the Nidoqueen. And here's Vileplume with a 10. We'll stick that off to the side. Can't really see it. Here's a Venomoth, Gem Mint 10. Guess it can get itself a spot back there. I don't want to have all Japanese cards. Another 9 on Flareon. Come on. There's another Pidgeot. Was that 4 now? 5? All 9s? Must have just missed some little nick on all of them. There's a 10 on Clefable. There we go. Let's get some English cards up in here. There's a 9. A 9. 9 on Wigglytuff. I didn't realize I had this many Japanese jungle cards sent off to PSA. I mean, we're still going through jungle cards. Got Venomoth, a Victory Bell. Most of these are 9s and 8s. Some 10s mingled in here and there, like that Vileplume, Nidoqueen. You would have thought I would have at least organized them, but it looks like they're just thrown around randomly. Wigglytuff, and then back to Clefable, and then there's another Pidgeot. Was that 6 mint 9s at least? I can't remember. I know we had at least 5 because we started counting right there. But working on another box. Here we go, Mr. Mime. I think this is the first Vaporeon I've seen. Or I just missed the other ones. Maybe they're like an 8. There's a 10 on Jolteon. There we go. And 10 on Electrode. Already got one of them. We won't stick another one back there. I think that's at least 0 for 3 on Flareon. No 10s on it. Well, there's a drop. First 7 I've seen. Oh yeah, definitely can tell that's 7. You can see up top. Almost looks like crud on the back too. 7 may have been a generous grade. Got a 9 on the Dark Blastoise. There's another Lugia. I think we had a 10 in the previous video. And then I know of one 9. There's another 10 on the Rocket Sneasel. Another one. Rocket Sneasel is rocking it out. Check out all these 10s on him. Must have been a really good sealed pack that I just sent in. Got another Greninja and Zoroark GX Full Art Gem Mint 10. And a Koga's Trap Gem Mint 10. Let's put something English back here. There's a small stack that was left in the back side of that one. Ooh, there we go. Red's Challenge Gem Mint 10. And another good one. Got the Gardevoir's Sylveon GX Gem Mint 10. Greninja and Zoroark. We've already seen a few of them. Seen the Koga's Trap. Muck and Alolan Muck. That's nice, but not good enough to boot out some of the other ones. There's a Gardevoir and Sylveon, the alternate art. Oh yeah, for sure going in the background, even though it's off to the side. And then there's another Greninja and Zoroark. Yeah. Well, here's the alternate art one. That's a Mint 9. Not quite up to snuff. Same thing with the Machamp Marshadow. There's the Pheromosa and Buzzwole alternate art. We'll put that one in the background. Got a Celesteela 9 and a Honchkrow. Neither one of those are good to start with. There's another Lucario Melmetal. Got the 10. Must have stuck a bunch of these Greninja and Zoroarks. Now we're on to some hyper rares. There we go. This is a Mint 9. Not quite where we want it. We just had one of them. Took a while for my Unbroken Bond stuff to get back. Venomoth 10. Alright, I kind of like the color of it. Sticky back there. Same thing with the Whimsicott. That's nice. Hyper rare 10s are hard to pass over, even if you are one of about 20 Greninja and Zoroark GXs mentioned in the same video. There's Celesteela with a 10. Boom. Gardevoir and Sylveon GX Gem Mint 10. Super nice. These will probably be going up on eBay soon. There's another Koga's Trap. An 8. I must not have looked at that one right. This would have been a nice one to get a 10. I kind of like the sunset in the background. Yeah, that's a sunset. There's the other art, the regular, lesser form of it. Now we've got some Skyridge cards. So we got a Lapras, Gem Mint 10. I bought a lot of Skyridge cards off of Troll and Toad for a while there. I was kind of just restocking what I had on my store because I kept looking at the prices of the set and I was like, man, these commons, I mean, you can still get for $1. You know, on eBay, I'm getting $3 to $10 a piece for these things all day long. So let me just buy some of them and see if I can keep restocking. And I could. I mean, you can definitely make money just doing that, but for me, it wasn't enough compared to stuff like this where I could make $5, $10, $15, you know, on something rather than $1 here, $1 there, and then you still sit on some other backstop. It's got a 9 on the reverse holo Arbok. I don't think that'll upgrade any of my sets, but you never know. I've got some 8s and 7s in my collection just because I'd rather have it complete and in a lesser value or a lesser condition than what I want than to have it incomplete just because it's not Gem Mint 10. Got a duplicate of the Flareon. These are some rares I probably got off of them, or I may have had on some backstock. And when I saw them, I knew that they were, you know, nice and Gem Mint. So, you know what, might as well send them off. You know, I'm going to eventually get around to having a PSA 10 of every card and each one of these Wizards of the Coast sets. So, you know, throw a handful in here and there. Maybe it'll make it a little easier down the road. And some of these cards won't be so bad to find. You know what, let's don't put them out front though. I want to cover up that Mewtwo. That's at least 3 Gem Mint 10s in a row. And then there's another Amistar. Put a 9 on that one. Got a 10 on the Raichu too. Same with that one. It's pretty cool. Had a duplicate of the Rhydon, so I did have another 10. There's another Raichu, also with the 10. The rares did really well. Must have been picky that day. Most of the time I'm not that picky, as you guys have seen. Still rocking out the rares. Now, how do you have an Umbreon Gem Mint 10 and not put it in the background? I'm going to cover up that Lapras. Same thing with Vaporeon. I mean, that's just a super cool artwork. Man, what do I cover up? I got to cover up the Magcargo over there. Let's just straddle it. Venomoth still going with some great 10s. I might have knocked out half of the rares with this. Zatu. Looks like we got a few uncommons and commons in here. Maybe just, yeah, a few is it. And then there's a Golbat reverse holo. Now we're on to back to some more best of game stuff. So there's the Scissor, both versions. It's got 10. Or I thought it was both versions, maybe not, just regular. Boom! Still got a couple, maybe 30 or so cards left. There's the winner, Dark Ivysaur 10. So that'll definitely be going into my collection. I know I've got 10s of the other one. But check it out. I do have a duplicate. Somebody was asking me about some winter versions. So these would be my extras. I've got several complete sets of winter and non-winners set back. There's a 9. Looks like I only had one 10 on the Venusaur. So the 10 will be in my collection. The 2 9s will be extra. Got Sneasel 9. Sneasel 10. There we go. And then we did have one extra winter 10. Unless you have the sealed packs, these are pretty tough to find in really good condition. But if you find a sealed pack, as long as it doesn't have like some kind of cranky ding on the end of it, you might have a good shot at getting several 10s just because these are non-holos. There's a Electabuzz. And there's a Mewtwo. These are the W stamped ones. There's a 9. The 10 on Pikachu. I think I already have the 10, so these will both be extras. Pikachu. Same thing with Dragonite. I think I've already got one. So for those of you who are asking about my WB, or really just not Wizards of the Coast Black Star promos in general, which 10s, and you were wanting to get those WBs and I didn't sell them to you, it looks like we got an extra Pikachu and Dragonite. First come, first serve on that. Arcanine, Gem at 10. Yeah, I don't think I have one of these in my collection, so he'll probably get set back in there. I'm ready to just go ahead and get one of each of the promos graded. That way I can go and stick it up in the rafters and then slowly replace the cards one by one. There's a Mewtwo or Meowth, and then to finish it out, we have one more Team Rocket's Meowth, Gem at 10. Not as many holos as normal, but I hope you guys enjoyed. I will have more PSA returns coming out, as you guys could always expect. Should be getting in at least one order every week for several months, if not indefinitely. But thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and catch you guys later.